Hi everyone, it's Laci with Thunderbird. Today we're talking about one of the most common gemstones that gets mistaken for turquoise, magnesite. We'll cover what magnesite is, what turquoise is, and how you can tell the difference between the two. Let's start with magnesite. Magnesite is a soft mineral made primarily of magnesium carbonate. Naturally, it's usually white, gray, or sometimes has a soft yellowish tint. It's actually a very common mineral, so it's not considered rare or precious. One of the reasons why magnesite is so well known is because it's very porous, meaning it absorbs dyes very easily. Because of that, it's often dyed to intimidate turquoise. It has also been dyed to resemble gemstones like coral, lapis, and cellulite. One thing people often ask is whether magnesite and howlite are the same stone. They're not. They're completely different minerals, and both are commonly dyed to imitate turquoise. Because magnesite is fairly soft, it's difficult to cut into faceted gemstones or beads without breaking. That's why nicely faceted pieces are relatively uncommon. Now let's talk turquoise. Turquoise is a hydrated copper and aluminum phosphate mineral that's been treasured for thousands of years. Its beautiful colors come from elements inside the stone. Copper is what creates those vibrant sky blue colors that we're all familiar with. When iron replaces some of the aluminum, the stone develops into a more greener or yellowish shade. So generally speaking, more copper means a bluer turquoise, while more iron produces more greener and yellow tones. Turquoise has been used in jewelry for centuries, especially in Native American jewelry. You'll often see it in rings, bracelets, pendants, necklaces, earrings, and bolo ties, and even buckles. Fun fact, many cultures have considered turquoise a protective stone. It's often associated with good fortune, protection, and the beauty of sky and water. Now for the fun part, how do you tell if you're looking at a real turquoise or dyed magnesite? Natural turquoise is relatively hard, so if the stone scratches very easily with a sharp object, it's probably not genuine turquoise. Next, inspect the color. Real turquoise has a natural color variation. Most pieces are an unnaturally bright solid blue. However, there are some exceptions though. Sleeping Beauty turquoise, for example, is famous for the vibrant blue color. Real turquoise feels fairly dense for its size, while dyed magnesite often feels lighter and has more of a chalkier texture. Next, let's try the light test. Most turquoise is opaque, meaning you shouldn't be able to see a light passing through it unless the piece is extremely thin. The acetone test. If you're working with an inexpensive stone and you don't mind testing it, lightly dampen a cotton swab with acetone and gently rub in a small area. If the color comes off onto the swab, that stone has been dyed. However, keep in mind that some genuine turquoise is stabilized and color enhanced, so this test alone doesn't tell the whole story. It's best used alongside with the other identification methods. Finally, take a closer look. Natural turquoise has a unique color pattern and matrix lines. No two stones are exactly alike. If several stones all have identical matrix patterns as if they're printed or stamped, they're likely imitation. Hopefully this helps you better understand the difference between magnesite and turquoise and gives you a few simple ways to identify them. Remember, no single test can identify every stone with complete certainty. Looking at the color, weight, hardness, texture, and overall appearance together will give you the best chance of making an accurate identification. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.